everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is sharing my story with Esther, and I'm very happy. For those of you that watched my video yesterday, like, I'm so happy and I'm saying thank you. For those that subscribed, I'm really grateful. Like, you guys really made my day, and honestly I'm very happy and I'm motivated to do more. Thank you so much. So today on my table I want to be discussing how, okay, let me say why I am not an atheist. Like, with everything that I experienced growing up, you know, how I lost my sight, my journey, like the sickness, my delay story and everything, like why I still didn't become an atheist. So let's go right into it. So you know, when I was sick in the hospital, so it was a different life entirely. Like, I've always had a very good life, you know. I was just, you know, I just graduated from basic school, and when I felt ill, I was in the hospital and I saw different things in the hospital, like different things. Even when I thought my situation was, you know, after the doctor told my mom, I could remember how the doctor called my mom aside and told her that, you know what, there's nothing that could be done. It's like her sight is gone, and you know. So we were in the hospital for some time, but you know, the sickness was so bad I was unconscious. So, you know, in my state of unconsciousness, like, I was so sick that I became unconscious for a couple of weeks. So in that state of unconsciousness, you know, one day I had the revelation, and in that revelation I saw myself being surrounded by a large number of angels, like 300. There were so many, and all of them, all the angels had a single face. All of them, they looked alike, and they had weapons on them. Each of them had a sword and several other weapons on them, you know. On there was something like khaki. I can remember, you know, there was something like they were dressed, you know, something like compared to, you know, yes, now soldier khaki. So it's been a while I saw that, so I don't know if they still dress that way. So, you know, they had sword on them, and surrounded by that circle were several tall trees, like igiope, several of them, and people were on those trees. And you know, and at intervals, somebody from the tree would throw a weapon towards my direction, and and I would try to escape. Like, it's just so clear in my head now. I would try to escape, and you know, the pastor with me was the pastor. He would hold me back and ask where I was running to, and like, see them, they are throwing weapons at us, and like, so with all this number of angels surrounding us, do you think these weapons will get to us? And I would stay back, and I noticed that the angels were taking back the weapons and throwing back to those people that were throwing it. Like, they would just stretch and like this, collect the weapon and throw it back. And one funny thing is that the angels were not even turning their heads, they were not looking back. And whenever the weapon was coming, the angel would just stretch hand like this, collect it, and just throw it back like that. And you know, I was so sure that I was safe, so I didn't make attempt to run again. And you know, after the whole thing had calmed down, the man now told me to bend my head. I bent, you know, and he decided to wash my head with water and sponge soap, and you know, he rubbed me with anointing oil. And when he was done, he now held me by the hand and, you know, instructed me that we should go. And immediately we just stood up to go. I just woke up, like, I just woke up and I gained consciousness. And guess what? I saw a pastor right there on my hospital bed. He was right there on my hospital bed praying for me. He was praying for me. He was anointing my head. He was praying for me. And you know, my mom was shouting, "Amio, Jesus." My dad was not with us at that time, because I'll share the story why my dad was not with me when I was ill. What happened, you know. So my dad was not with us, you know, and my grandmother and my mom were the ones that were available with me in the hospital. You know, my grandmother would come in the morning, because my mom had a baby she was nursing, although the baby is big now. She's even my camera lady. So my mom would go home to take care of the baby, and my dad would come back. I said my dad, sorry, my grandmother would come back, and whenever my mom was around, my grandmother would go back home. They were doing that. That was the routine. So when I gained consciousness, that the sickness just disappeared. Like, I just felt completely ill. Like, the normal states that I'll be doing, everything just disappeared, and it just felt as though I was never ill, I was never sick, and that was how and the pastor now told my mom that it was the Holy Spirit that directed him to me to come and pray for me. And the song he kept singing was so I know many of us know this song, he sang that, and that's why honestly, whenever I'm in trouble, I cannot just stop singing that song. Whenever I just feel that things are not going right, I'm praying. It will always be my song, So that's my conviction that there is God, You see, as small as I am like this, my eyes have seen shakes. I have seen shake in this life, so whenever I just want to conclude that there is no God, Jare, and I'll be sharing that in another video. So many situations that have made me doubt the existence of God. So many things that has happened to me growing up, my eye have seen shaking. So, but with this social media age, that I read a lot of things, I've seen a lot of people. In fact, a lot of people. I have a friend that is an atheist right now, and oh my God, if you are not strong, like if you don't have your convictions that there is God, if you just fall for it, you just, that's why I'm still standing. That's why no matter what has happened, for me, I shall know that okay, there is God, because He has shown Himself to me that He does exist, and several other things that happened in the hospital, with me. If you have not been to hospital, you will not know that so many things are going on in this life. If going to the hospital is just all those ones, you go in the morning, they'll give you sharp shots, pim, in your yash, you go back home, you have not seen anything. If you stay in the hospital 1 month, 2 weeks, you will know that a lot of things that is beyond the comprehension of man is going on in the hospital, and I'm telling you the truth. So and God showed Himself to me, and I think the things, so many stories that I saw in the hospital is enough content. It's enough content. So maybe I'll bring them to you one after. So yeah, these are my own personal convictions. For me, I think that what happened to me, the experience that I saw there, is beyond logic, it's beyond human comprehension. So for me, I think it's enough conviction for me that yes, it does exist. And let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think that my convictions are valid? Do you think they're strong enough? Do you think it's right for me to think that because of only one revelation so let me know what you think. And yes, so this is the end of the video. So kindly like, share, subscribe, and thank you very much for watching. Bye.